Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Conquest video guide. So I finished playing through all the 5 sectors, so I've got all the data disks that I collected along the way. So in this video I want to show you kind of 3 different data disk set combinations that you can put together and explain you and show you in what situations they are good. And along the way as well I'll revisit some of the final boss battles, especially sector 3, 4 and 5 final boss battles, because I know those are trickier. So now that I have a bigger collection of data disks that I had initially when I did the initial guides, I just want to come back and show you kind of the optimal data disk combo that I found for these specific teams. So let's first kick off with the first data disk set. So that's the debuff data disk set. So this is pretty much what we've been running for the previous Conquest. So that will be Conquest 10 to 12, where you do thermal exhaust and then multiple amplify agonies. Got 2 there, leaders resolve, and then finally volatile accelerator is a data disk that makes the whole thing going with amplify agony. You're getting lots of damage over times, you're getting lots of max health damage, and as well lots of thermal detonators stacked up. So what this will mean is that you will quickly blow through all the enemies except those that are immune to max health damage, such as Malak and obviously the Lord Vader fight. And other galactic legends as well that won't do any damage really to them, to be honest. And as well, those feats where you do have to make kills with certain factions or characters. For example, if you just go in and everybody die from thermal detonators or damage over times, for those feats you will maybe struggle. But for those feats where you simply have to defeat enemies with a full squad of certain faction and versus all these boss battles, this data disk is absolutely amazing. So this is the Darth Revan battle. I know that the initial guide I did had looks like a bit of good RNG there, that Darth Revan did not start with Death Mark, but now that I've got these discs, it doesn't really matter if Revan will start with Fear. So let me just show you. In terms of mods, to be honest, with 501st, you really want your Rex to be able to go first. So just get him I got him like 321 speed, and then he's getting extra speed from his unique. And of course, I do have Blue Leaders Resolve data disk, which gives him extra 24% speed. Now, if you don't have that fast mods like I do to get him to 320, or if you don't have a good Leaders Resolve data disk, you can also go to one of the scavenger nodes and find the speed boost consumable, which will increase the speed by 16%, if I recall correctly, to your team. So you just want to make sure that Rex can go first, so he will then boost their meter. The other guys' mods don't matter all that much because data disk will do all the damage here, as you will see. So here we go, Rex go first. We'll use form up obviously to get turn meter on everybody. Then Bad Batch Echo goes in here, applies his debuffs, boom. And this is this combo that anyway probably you're familiar with Amplify Agony and Volatile Accelerator. And because of healing immunity there that Echo applied, they will not be able to heal up from their modifier, the Sith enemies. Obviously Malak will be a little bit annoying, we'll have to deal with him the old-fashioned way, damage won't do much to him, but there you go. Very straightforward here with 501st with this debuff data disk set. Now you can also make this work with Bad Batch. Again, in terms of speed, you just want Bad Batch Echo to be really fast. So I got him to 362. Again, if you're having issues getting him fast enough with the mods that you do have, again, you can get that speed up consumable as well to give you extra speed. And that's it, really. He will go first, apply healing immunity, Amplify Agony, Volatile Accelerator, all these debuff disks will get triggered, and again you'll just have to then deal with Malak. Now why you want your Bad Batch Echo to be 360 plus, so he can outrun Bastila Sean, because if she goes and applies Corrupted Meditation on your Bad Batch Echo, then he will not be able to debuff the enemies, and all these Amplify Agony data disks and Volatile Accelerator won't be able to get to work really. Let's just do an AoE just to clean up. As you can see, game is struggling to process all those debuffs. Obviously we have to deal with Malak now, so I'm just gonna hit a crate there for the time being until I do get defense up, so we can start dealing true damage. Perfect, let's go ahead now swap here with Wrecker. He can do his AoE, which will now give me defense up, and now we can start dealing true damage. and thanks to this true damage we'll be able to burn through Malak eventually. And there you go. Down goes Malak. So with this powerful data disc set, you know, both of these battles, whether you're doing with Bad Batch or 501st, you know, they can get the job done even if Revan gets his fear out and things like that. Here just, you know, a couple of more random battles as well. This data disc set, as we know from previous Conquest runs, is great with Beskar Mandalorian lead, because every time we deal damage, Scoundrel allies are getting bonus turn meter, and every time obviously Amplify Agony does the max self damage that triggers as you dealing damage, and you're getting so much bonus turn meter and at the same time one-shotting all the characters. So we were able to get it done. Maybe this is not the best enemy to showcase against, because Darth Revan is very tricky to take out. But here I just want to show you how cool it is when you're using Jedi. And with Jedi Knight Luke, he does his mass stun. Look at all the debuffs it has to process. The game absolute crushes. Yeah, he's basically a mass stun will basically one-shot entire team. Well, apart from Malak, obviously, because he's immune to max self damage. So definitely Jedi Knight Luke again is one of those characters that works really well with this debuff data disc set. Alright, so let's look now at the next disc set combo. Moving away from debuffs, it's kind of the opposite. The data disc set is the buffs one, so where you're stacking offense whenever you're getting buffs, and then as well another buff disc that gives you more buffs, offensive buffs. And then the rest of these are kind of Zealous Ambition, Entrenched, and Leader's Resolve. So these discs help your survivability. Obviously the Entrenched ones and then Zealous Ambition will significantly boost damage for your healers and support. Especially this plays very nicely with Padme's lead when you do use Entrenched data discs. As well as Zealous Ambition, especially like, you know, versus Phoenix, right? The odds, so they keep attacking over and over again. Padme is slow, and especially later on sectors, obviously with this data disc set, whenever you do have protection up, you can't be critically hit and you will be resisting debuffs. So you'll be able to, you know, pretty much withstand a lot of these enemies that are over prepared so much. So we go Phoenix, they can't critically hit, and you know, we're just slowly taking them out one by one as we are stacking our courage. And as well their Padme and Shakti, their support. So from Zealous Ambition disc they'll be doing big damage as well. So definitely you do want to at least pick up a couple of Entrenched data discs along the way, especially like me, I got a green one and blue one, so I had quite good luck this time with Entrenched discs, to be honest. White ones aren't that great, but you know, still better than nothing in the end. And best of all with Entrenched data disc, they just take one spot each. So moving on with the same kind of this data disc set with the buffs, Entrenched, offensive buffs, stacking offense. You can also do some good work versus bosses in Sector 4 and 5. But instead of Leader's Resolve, I pull that one off and I put massively overpowered data disc here just to demonstrate how all of these teams that rely on buffs together with buffs from the data discs really juice up your massively overpowered data disc that you can start doing some massive damage very quickly. You will just see how quickly Lord Vader will fall here. Obviously they will get a jump start, you know, because they're very quick here and Maul and everything. And this is even without Commander Ahsoka Tano, just kind of a, you know, standard Padme team. I did put Yora in there just for some extra buffs. So here we go. Look at all these protection ups we are getting. So we'll now be able to start doing the massive damage whenever we do get a turn. I'll just do here another AoE, get stealth, steal buffs, spread those buffs, again more massive damage hopefully. So as you can see, we're doing really nice damage here to Lord Vader. He's already in the yellow, kick in the face, and there he goes. So very powerful this set once you as well unlock the massively overpowered data disc from one of the global feats. So probably when you're doing this for the first time versus Lord Vader, you obviously will not, maybe will not have yet the data discs, but if you do, it will really help you here gunning down Lord Vader. And same thing versus Master Kenobi. Again, Padme with this team is great. Now versus Master Kenobi, actually having Grandmaster Yoda in there was detrimental because AI, Jedi Master Kenobi's AI is programmed to keep going after Yoda if he's in there. So instead I bring in Commander Ahsoka Tano here just so that those healing immunities will a little bit randomly be spreading across the team instead of them just focusing down on my Grandmaster Yoda. And same thing here, there you go, Kenobi's down already from, and as well General Skywalker. So here combination obviously of courage as well as massively overpowered data disk, really burning through these guys very, very quickly. Obviously Master Kenobi himself, he's hardly taking any damage from courage, and as well he's taking reduced damage from massively overpowered. He's taking, I think it's like what, 70k instead of 100k, but which is still not bad, I guess. I just knocked out Cam there. I did lose Jedi Knight Anakin, but the rest of the team should be able to carry this. Let's put Yen, let's get more buffs here, so hopefully we can do a big swarm. There we go. And down goes Master Kenobi as well. Okay, so moving on to the next data disk set. So this is the one kind of that we had even in the previous Conquest runs. So that would be like what, Conquest 7 to 9, I believe, where we had all those attacks out of turn disks. So this time CG really brought pretty much all the data disks we ever had back. So it's a lot of flexibility here. Again, just, you know, a couple of trench data disks there for extra survivability, and then we've got all these attacks out of turn, perseverance, we got stacking offense from stacking fervor, we keep as well recovering health, recovering protection wherever we attack out of turn. This obviously goes well with a team like General Skywalker. Maybe again not the best enemy to showcase it against because we got days, so we're not getting so many attacks out of turn. But just shows you, again, in those later sectors, when you get all these very, very fast enemies, then General Skywalker can really shine versus them. Any sort of a teams that has a lot of attacks out of turn, maybe Mon Mothma, CLS Rebels, Geos, so all of these teams, then, with these kind of data, this set with out of turn attacks can as well help you out a lot. But still, probably, the Amplify Agony Volatile Accelerator combo is by far the most powerful and should be high priority for everybody to make a lot of these battles very, very trivial. Except, for those cases where you do have to defeat enemies with certain characters or faction, then those discs might get in a way because enemies will be dying from, damage over time, or even you have thermal detonators on them that could be trickier. Alright guys, hope this video was useful and helpful, just showing you like 3 different data disk set combos that you can put together that CG thrown upon us. Obviously we do have that 4th set of critical data disk set that for some reason they weren't included, even they were supposed to be included, but I'll do another video in the conclusion talking about what's coming up potentially for the next Conquest. But for now guys, thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.